Hi guys, here is Julie. Welcome back to another tutorial. This is going to be a very short tutorial. I'm going to show you how to crochet a basic granny square and how to weave in your loose ends as you're going. So let's get the material list and get started. Okay, so to make these granny squares you are going to need 3 different colors. I'm using cotton yarn. It is from Drops Saffron. You are going to need a 3mm crochet hook or the hook that fits your yarn, a pair of scissors, yarn needle. Okay, and this is the granny square that we are going to make. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to weave in your loose ends as you go. So this is a basic granny square, so let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start right here in the middle, and for this go ahead and make a magic ring. Now pull up your loop, and to start we are going to chain 3. This counts as your first double crochet. Yarn over, and in the magic ring make 2 more double crochets. So 1 and 2. So now we have 3 double crochets. Now you want to chain 1, yarn over, and make again 3 double crochets inside of your magic ring. So 1, 2 and 3, and now you are going to chain 1 again and make 3 more double crochets inside of the magic ring, and again chain 1, 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. And now you are going to chain 1. As you can see, we have 4 clusters of 3 double crochets with a 1 chain space in between. Now pull at your tail to close the magic ring, and you are going to slip stitch to your 3rd chain to close your first round. Chain 1 and cut. Now let me show you how I like to secure my loose ends as I'm crocheting, as I'm going, so at the end of a project you don't have all those loose tails to weave in. So I'm just going to turn my work. The wrong side of the work is facing me, and I'm going to go through this first loop and pull at my tail like so. So I'm weaving my tail in through the first loop only. And then I'm just going to cut the rest of it. And now this one here, you can take your yarn needle, or you can weave this in with your crochet hook like so, and just tie a few knots. And I'm also going to cut this tail. Now the next round, take the color that you like, and then you are going to make first a slip knot, and then we are going to join to one of our one chain space with a slip stitch like so, and then chain 4. This counts as a double crochet and as one chain space in between. Now pull your loop high so it doesn't come undone, and turn your work and do the same with this first tail. So you are just going to weave in through the first loop. Okay, once you have this done, you are going to yarn over and in the same one chain space make 3 double crochets. So this is going to be our first corner. 1, 2 and 3, and now without chaining you are going to yarn over and then go to the next one chain space and make your corner. So this time you are going to have 3 double crochets and then a chain 1 and another 3 double crochets, all in the same one chain space. This is going to be your second corner. Without chaining, go to the next one chain space and make your third corner, so which is 3 double crochets, chain 1 and 3 double crochets, all in the same one chain space. And now yarn over and you are going to go to your next one chain space and create your fourth corner. So 3 double crochets, chain 1 and 3 more double crochets, all worked in the same one chain space. And now this is your first corner. In this one chain space right here you are going to make 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2, and to close your second round you are just going to go in your third chain, slip stitch, chain 1 and cut your yarn. Now go ahead and weave your loose tail. For your third round, take your next color, make a slip knot and join to your one chain space with a slip stitch and then chain 4. This counts as a double crochet and there's one chain space in between. Now another method is to weave this end in, so when you are done with your round. Okay, so this is your first corner. Go ahead and make 3 double crochets. And now we are going to work in between our clusters, so yarn over and make your cluster of 3 double crochets. Now right here is going to be your second corner, so you are going to make 3 double crochets chain 1 and another 3 double crochets in the same one chain space. And now you are going to work in between your clusters, so 3 double crochets in there, your third corner in between, your fourth corner in between, and I'll meet you back here. At the end of your third round you are going to make 2 double crochets right here to your first corner, so in this one chain space here, 1 and 2, and then slip stitch to your third chain to close this round. Chain 1, cut your yarn, pull through, and now turn your work so the wrong side of the work is going to face you, and you are just going to weave this end in through your first loop like so. So make sure that you are keeping a loose tension when you are weaving in, so you don't want your work to pull in. And now take this one here and this one I'm just going to weave on the other side in, and of course I'm going only through my first loop. Okay, now I'm going to cut this out. See? Now your last round. I'm going to take the same color as I've started right here, and then go ahead and make first a slip knot and join to your one chain space, so to the corner with a slip stitch, and then chain 4 counts as a double crochet and as a one chain space in between, and make your first corner, so only 3 double crochets. And now without chaining you are going to work in between your clusters, so this time you are going to have 2 clusters in between. And now your second corner in your one chain space, make your 3 double crochets, chain 1 and 3 more double crochets, all in the same one chain space, in between your clusters. And then you have your next corner, and I'll meet you back at the end of the last round. At the end of your last round you are going to make your last 2 double crochets in your one chain space from the beginning, and then slip stitch to your third chain to close this round. Chain 1 and cut your yarn, and then weave in your loose ends. So at this point you can take your needle to weave these loose ends in, or You can use your hook, as I've showed you, to weave in your loose ends. So thank you all for watching and for joining me today. I hope this was helpful. As I can tell you, go ahead and make a total of 24, at least 24 of these basic granny squares, because we are going to need these in our next tutorial. So meet me back then, and in the meanwhile, happy crocheting. Bye bye.